What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a surprise and very sudden Friday night live stream. Just kicking back, relaxing tonight. We have some events to go to tomorrow evening, which means there won't be any time for a live stream. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it on Friday night. Say hello to everybody. Have some fun, kick back, enjoy some general knife chat and some Gatorade or whatever it is that you find folks are enjoying. I just had something arrive in the mail today that I very much would love to share with you guys, but I cannot. Yet another thing. I have two secret videos that I cannot release. I'm literally not allowed to, and I am just chomping at the bit to share this stuff with you guys. Two extremely exciting knives that you have not seen yet. No one has. Pictures of one, but oh my gosh, I can't wait. Next week. First one, next week sometime. Hello. Yep. Hello, MC. What's up? I know. Sorry. Surprise. Lower right. Is that a QSP? Yes, it is. It's right next to the Oxworks Osprey EDX because this is also called the Osprey. The QSP Osprey in 14C28N for $50. Yeah, that's a good knife. Very happy with this one. Pretty straightforward. Wire clip, right? A lot of people like that. Got a little micarta backspacer, some micarta here, right? Steel liner lock. Nice, thin, slicey blade. Good flipper, about 7.5 inches. Very thin, very slicey behind the edge. 14C28N. Nice, nice, nice. You want to get your hands on some 14C28N on a budget knife? The QSP Osprey. I don't even have any affiliate links for you guys tonight. I forgot to put them in there. So you'll just have to go check it out for yourself. They sent that to me. It arrived today. That is available. You can actually go, I mean, you know, if you want to be nice, go in my description and click on Blade HQ first and then search for the QSP Osprey. But yeah, seriously, this is really good. QSP again is just pushing the envelope, getting us all some 14C28N for a great price and great fit and finish, right? Just really good, really good stuff from QSP. What's the one in the thumbnail? Yeah, so the Real Steel Lynx I have decided is definitely a sleeper. Now it's still fairly expensive. Yes, we will talk about that flashlight. A lot of you I know exactly what that is. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for that donation. So this is the Real Steel Lynx, and while still an expensive knife at something like $230, this is absolutely a sleeper. Like, the design is so good. The action is unbelievably snappy and smooth, very nearly fall shut, but controlled. You have a nice slot in here to do the reverse flick. Wonderful, wonderful blade shape. The way that they did the pivot will actually allow you to put tritium files in it. I don't know if that was intentional or not. My favorite part is that we have contoured and shadow boxed carbon fiber scales, and they look great. On top of that, we have, a titanium liner lock. Oh, that's the only thing I don't like about it. Look at the backspacer. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. The only thing I don't like about it is a pocket clip. That's the only thing I don't like. But you know what? Functionally, it's fine. If this had a titanium milled pocket clip and it had a tumbled blade, it would basically be a perfect knife. But I'm so impressed by the Real Steel Lynx. This is really cool, and you can buy this one now too. I got a lot of expensive stuff out on the table. I know I show you guys a lot of stuff that you cannot get, so I thought I would start off tonight by showing you two knives that you can get, one in the budget realm and one in, you know, the kind of the nicer production realm. So the QSP Osprey at about $50, and the Real Steel Lynx at about $230 are two very impressive knives that you can actually get right now. And yeah, these are great. Like, seriously, with the Lynx, just like, what? When did Real Steel just decide to do something that was incredible? They've done a lot of like, yeah, it's okay, you know, for a long time, but the Real Steel Lynx, oh boy, I'm a huge fan of this. This is a nice knife, and it kind of has, for those of you who, you know, like the Shirogorov aesthetic, but you can't afford that Shirogorov price tag, it's similar, right? If you, this is like, so to me, the Real Steel Lynx is kind of like a budget F3, kind of. Titanium liner locks, right? We got that contoured and shadow box carbon fiber, kind of the same, right? This is a good alternative, a good, you know, less expensive alternative to the F3. Okay, sorry, I've been blabbing on. Yeah, we're live. Sorry, I just used a clickbaity thumbnail to see if that would drag more people in here. Did you guys like the cameo on the Advanced Knife Pros video? If you guys didn't know, Advanced Knife Pros video of the F5.5 features myself and Rye from Everyday City Carry. So I hope those of you who did see that, I hope you enjoyed it, because every chance I get, like if he asks, if he's like, do you want to be in this one? I'm always like, absolutely. I would love to. Kind of the same gag, but it worked out. Let's see here. Looks like if the Spyderco Magnitude was made by Shiro. I mean, yeah, okay. Oh, shoot. Do you guys, does anybody know what the flashlight is? Can anybody in chat tell me what this is? There's got to be at least one person in here. Ray. Yeah, Ray is pronounced Ray. Come on now. Somebody's got to know. What is this? Citadel. Yes. This is a Reaver Arms custom Citadel. Oh, with that gorgeous red dragon driver. Oh, yeah. I am a huge fan of this. This is so cool. And, you know, it does have regular, you know, all that regular stuff. But he asked me, what color do you want? And I said, let's go with red. That sounds awesome. So I love that you can just do a tap and cycle through all of this stuff, or you can click it on. I just love that. It's so cool. But the main thing, it's not so much for the light itself. The main thing I picked this up for was the build. The build of this is amazing. Full 3D milled titanium pocket clip. This incredible, like the medieval architecture look is just so cool. And because of the way that he's got these, I don't know if you want to call them like the bastion end of this, when it's down, you see the light pouring out of these little, you know, the prongs. And it just, I love it. This is my first custom flashlight, and very expensive, not easy to get, but super duper cool. Can you mount it to an AR-15? I'm sure there's a way. I have no idea. I mean, you know, it's one of those things that it'll function. And here's the other thing. They're incredibly durable. If you watch, Reaver Arms has like 50 subscribers on their YouTube channel, but he has a video where he picks up one of those. It's identical to this one. Picks it up and hits it with a metal baseball bat across his shop. Just smacks it into the walls and just wherever. Like 10 times. The thing just keeps going. I was like, what? If I did that one, I don't know why his are so durable, but I just cracked up. He also ran over it with his car. I was so impressed because usually something internally becomes dislodged, but the way that, I don't know, I guess maybe the way that it's machined or whatever, I don't think any of my other flashlights would have survived it. So, but yeah. Let's see here. Addicted Knives cuts it off a custom flashlight. nothing else on the table bothers him, but Bro, custom flashlight? Come on, bro. That's cringe. Man, I always run over my flashlights every day. Seems really helpful that it can do that. Yeah. I mean, how are you not supposed to? Like, I'm like, man, I keep, I wake up, brush my teeth, back over my flashlight with my truck, and go about my day. Having to buy a lot of flashlights, but, it's just, that's part of it. Hashtag life. Do you guys not? Do you not? You don't know. Cringe like, man. I'll tell you this. That is not my first custom flashlight. After buying this, I've been introduced to a whole new world. A whole new world. I've been introduced to a whole new world. And it's also not my last Reaver Arms. Absolutely not. I will buy another Citadel for sure. Show the CKF and Microtech. Oh, the Sakosha. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, this is a great knife. That's a Zircuti clip. This is all titanium nested, titanium liner lock, and these are inset and milled. I believe that's shred carbon fiber on there. Here's the thing. I'd have gone for this if they had done a tumbled blade, and I'd have gone for the bronze. I'm not the biggest fan of the two-tone. This is still cool though, and an undeniably good user. I mean, this is super sick. The Sakosha is really cool. I am convinced that they will do another run, and it will be a different setup. So yeah, for sure. 138 people. What's going on? Missing about 100 likes there. But anyways, hello. Yeah. Hinderer stepbrother. Okay. Glock Shooter 24. I was on the edge with this one. Just wasn't doing it for me for some reason. Did you see the custom one in zirconium? Oh boy. I was pooping glitter for that one. Holy crap. Did anybody else see that one? The one that was like partial or full. It was like Zerk and Zircuti or something. I don't know. The whole thing. It was freaking crazy. Show the Vero. Which one? There's this guy, the Synapse XL in Bacon Damascus, which is pretty sick. This was a lottery knife that was, I think there's only 10 of those. That was Kyle's. And then my Isotope in Damascus, which there are only 9 of. So there's the 2 Vero boys. And there's another Vero boy in my case over here. I need a new case. I filled it. Let's see. Everybody drink when it says anyways. Don't. Apparently there are lots of different beverage consumption games that surround my channel. Don't play it with me saying right. Don't play it, let me think. Don't play it when I say and stop to think. Don't play it when I laugh at my own jokes. Don't play it when I say, in this case, the Ritter Hogue. Don't play it when I say kick rocks. Don't, we keep going. Don't play those games. That's dangerous. That's a one trip, or one-way trip to the ICU. That sounds dark. Maybe it's a two-way trip to the ICU, but it's not a, not where you want to go. Yeah, don't play it when I'm doing impersonations. What's your opinion on custom Victorinox Swiss Army knives? I mean, I think they're really cool. A lot of people are like, all you're doing is spending money and you're not gaining any utility. It's the same argument, like the same argument that we hear about like any knife that has any type of embellishment. Like for those people, I would say, wow, your life must be so much fun. Can I see your Opinel? Let me see your Opinel. It sounds so cool. That one knife. The one knife that has no embellishment whatsoever and is obviously dollar for dollar the best bet for utility. Wow, your life sounds fun. So I just imagine somebody with it's like a khaki hat, like a Peaky Blinders khaki hat, and he's got a khaki shirt tucked into his khaki pants. He's got a khaki colored belt and khaki shoes, and he's like, oh, look at my Opinel. Don't spend too much money on custom Swiss Army knives. Ugh. Ugh. He's just eating refried beans that are the exact same color as his outfit. Oh, man. Gross. Yeah, here's what I think about them. I think they're cool. In fact, I gave one away from my 70,000 subscriber giveaway. I picked one up from Urban EDC Supply. Yeah, they're expensive. You're going to add a lot of money. In fact, most of the time you buy a custom SAK, you're going to spend more money on the customization than the knife itself is worth. But if it brings you happiness and you can budget for it, then you should do it. Because I think they're cool. Let's see. Should I buy a Holback Sumo or a Sebenza? I mean, like if you like Fidget Factor, then the Holback Sumo is great. But like for a working tool, the Sebenza is the better choice. What is wrong with my Opinel? So I gave my dad one of the Opinels, and I said, Dad, I want you to have this. And I said, I'm giving it to you because I hate it, and I don't want it. I don't want it within 500 feet of me, at any one time. And my dad loves that knife. He has so many knives. I have given him so many knives, and he loves that Opinel. Every time he's coming up for the weekend to visit me and the kids, he parks his truck and he comes running up the driveway in his khaki hat and his khaki shirt and his khaki belt and his khaki pants, khaki shoes, and his khaki bowl of refried beans. I love this Opinel, and I'm like, oh God, yeah, lock the doors, don't let him in. No, I'm just kidding. But he does love that Opinel. He's like, that thing is so sharp. And he said, I just love the ring lock. And I'm like, I'm glad it brings you happiness, Dad, because I just freaking hate that thing so much. Oh, man. Zell's laughing because Zell knows my dad personally. And I know that the image in Zell's head is literally my dad running up the stairs. She tucked in. Oh, man. All right. Anyways. Your Opinel's Damasteel? Oh, my God. Khaki Crocs. That's what I imagined. Oh. That was funny. All right. Let's see. ZT0562, and I have to pronounce the 00? No. We say 0562. It's a letter and 3 numbers. Not for any of the other ZTs. Right? Just trust me. I'm the official say on this. I've dubbed myself official sayer of ZT letter and number pronunciation and proper placement. It is officially ZT0562. If you say 0, you're a time waster, all right? You're throwing that extra syllable in there like some kind of chump. What do you think? I got all day to sit here and listen to you talk about ZT0562s? No. I'm a busy guy, okay? Don't try to throw that extra syllable at, right? Don't try to throw the logic of O is a number or something. Don't try to throw that at me. That's not. It just can't be true. I'm joking, just in case you guys didn't pick up on that. Glock Shooter 24, thanks for the donation. What are your top 3 favorite knives you've bought in the last year? Definitely the F3. 100%. Let me think. Well, I can't choose the Herman because that was built for me for free. If you didn't know, I keep reminding people so that people don't think like that I'm trying to hide it. The Herman was made for me for free. My most expensive knife was free. I don't want to hide that from anybody. I want I'm not trying to flex, but I don't want anybody to think that I try to hide that stuff. Very proud of that thing. It's a wonderful knife, but no, I didn't have to pay for it. And I also can't choose the SBD because that was a gift from my wife. Glock shooter, so technically I paid for it, but my wife got it for me. Glock shooter 24, thanks to donation. What are your, oh, it's the same. It's the same. I'm sorry. It's the same. Let's see. Last year. Probably, okay, so definitely the F3. Also, like the Varga VBR is one of the most underrated folding knives that exists. This thing is just stupid good. Probably that. And yeah, the Isotope. Yeah. Those are my favorites so far, I think, for the year. You need a khaki my car to Opinel. Yeah, and then send it off to River's Edge Cutlery and have them FDE coat the blade. Oh man. And then only use it to spread hummus on potato bread. Oh God. Yeah, just use it for that. Oh my God. Let's see. VBR XL. Sinister Knife, is that real? Is the VBR XL a real thing? I need you to answer me. You'd better be. You'd better be serious. I'm calling Sinister Knife. Hey, with the South Park logo, is that real or are you messing with me? Is the VBR XL a real thing? I need to know. He's like, he doesn't want to answer now. Dang it. Thought he's just adding studs. I want him to do a flipper delete with studs. I'll buy another one if he's going to do that. I might actually message him about that. He said he was going to. Really? Huh. Well, all right. Sinister Knife, you heard it from him, everybody. I'm going to buy one. I'm sold. I'll buy the regular size one with thumb studs. And I'll do an XL as well. That's awesome. Top right is a Direware S96. I cannot believe the flipping action on these things. I can't believe how well sorry, I was holding onto the lock bar. I can't believe how well the action or the detent is dialed in on such a big, fat, crazy knife. And the other thing, whenever I pull this thing out, there's always one guy who's like, yeah, it's cool, but, you can't really expect it to, oh, never mind. I guess it does cut, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Knives like this, they slice. If the geometry is done correctly, and it is. This is a super cool knife. Now, it's not much for, puncturing, but yeah, the edge actually, right here, this is thick. This is something like 180 thousandths, but down here, it is wafer thin. It's crazy. This is a cool knife. Direwares are cool. I want one. I haven't been able to zero in on one. I should message that guy. Not because I want to like cut in line or anything. I just want to inquire about the different models because I don't understand. The most reasonable Protech Godfather Sapphire DLC, please. You want to see it? So I have a new Protech out here that you guys haven't seen yet. Here's the Sapphire DLC one that you guys like and I like very much. So it's actually not a DLC. I keep forgetting this. It's actually a PVD coating, which is interesting. In any case, it is a functional coating and very, very beautiful. It's 10 times more vibrant in person. Anybody who owns a Protech with a Sapphire DLC, I guarantee you they will back me up in the comment section. There is nothing like seeing that in person. It really is amazing. Recommendations on a knife that is sub $200 with an M390 equivalent blade. I mean, I would say the Ritter Hogue. Mine is M390, but the new ones are CPM 20CV, which is a nearly direct analog to M390. You can get these at Knife Works. It's one of the greatest folding knives that's ever been made. In fact, speaking of that, I am working on a top 50 greatest folding knives of all time, just to quench your insatiable thirsts. And this knife made it and is pretty high on the list. The Ritter Hogue RSK MK1 G2 at Knife Works, full size, or the Shorty Boy in, I believe they do 20 CV now, is probably your best bet under 200 bucks. Knife Nut 39 right there says, in person is beautiful. And then Sinister Knife barfed. Wow, imagine that. We have contrast. Well, I like it. Well, I hate it. Well, I think it's all right. It's funny, man. Reading comments is funny. I just imagine like knife guys are essentially the same. It's just like the four, in King of the Hill. The guys just standing out behind the fence, like drinking beer, and they're just commenting and just saying, they're not really listening to each other. They're just saying whatever pops into their head, It just cracks me up. What's the green button lock? Ah. So it's the knife I used to own and then sold and then bought. I bought this version. This is the USN Gathering 12 Protech Invictus. So this is a special USN edition with a green, toxic green firing button. Everything else is the same. It just has a green firing button instead of a red one. For whatever reason, I just really like that. It just looks really good. This is number 95 of 100. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Prometheus Design Works and the Invictus model. So this is one of my favorite Protechs, and for whatever reason, it fires just stupid. It fires so hard. It's crazy. But yeah, I saw that just floating around at PVK Vegas, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll have that. Yeah, there's something about black and green that I really like. I've always enjoyed ever since ZT did the 0392 black green edition, which is long gone. You can look it up on eBay if you want to puke, because people are asking over $1,000 for it now. I remember when I bought one on the secondary market for like $400, and when they were brand new, they were like $390. But ever since I saw that, I was like, yeah, I like that very much. Apartment complex. I want a YouTube channel. So what you do is go to YouTube, upload a video of whatever you want, whatever type of content you want to create. And that's technically it. That's pretty much what you do. That's what I did. I uploaded my first video in a brand new truck, Toyota Tundra, when I worked for a dealership. It was a slow day, and I decided to upload a video to YouTube. And I will never forget that. Blade HQ has black and green 20 CV bug outs. There you go. Use my link. Whoops. No. For one moment, it said there was one person watching, and I was like, oh, that's sad. It's just me and Leroy. Oh, boy. Let's see. Top row, left of real steel. Oh, that's the Shirogorov Quantum Gen 2. I believe this is in, yeah, here we go. M390, but we have a thinner frame, thinner blade, and definitely lighter weight. I think this is about a ½ ounce less than my OG Quantum. My dumpster Quantum, right? It's nothing anymore. This is the new, right? This is the new model, the flashy new boy. Still expensive. What are these? They're still over $1,000, aren't they? 11? Are they still 1,100? I don't know. Sweet knife though. Shirogorovs are just Awesome. Still missing about 100 likes. Ain't that the truth? Let's see here. 1,200. Oh, they may charge you an extra $100, huh? Well, you know, there's more. It's funny. They mill more, which costs them. That's more wear and tear on their machines, but you technically are getting less material. But then again, you're not paying for the material. Okay? Whatever. Quote me and put it on a t-shirt. It doesn't really matter if the message is clear. Can't wait for yours. Is on his way. I have something on the way too. They're supposed to be here today. UPS. Idiots. I'm just kidding. They actually, it's fine. I don't mind waiting. I would hate to be a UPS driver. I have the utmost respect for them. Josh H. Thanks for that donation. That was really nice of you. Thank you. This is unfortunately not mine. This is Kyle's. This is the CKF and Philippe Georget FIF 20. This is the Zircutai carbon fiber and titanium liner lock edition, which in my opinion is much preferable to the frame lock version. It also has a Zircutai pocket clip. This is much more expensive than the original, but long story short, I bought the exposed frame lock version, which is very nice to look at, but I decided I just really wanted the liner lock version. I thought it was all gone. Then Kyle sent this to me to look at, and I was like, oh my God, Kyle, would you part with this? And then he told me during last week's live stream, right in the middle of it, he said, hey, there's one available. And I said, don't you dare say where it is because somebody will snipe it. And he emailed me and said it's at Knife Center, and I bought it during the live stream. And it is still not here. So yeah, but that's fine. I'm patient. Hey, Travis, no problem. Somebody in here was like, oh, flashlight cringe, bro. Oh. Well, he's probably wearing, he's wearing khaki shoes. Yeah, this is the Reaver Arms Citadel with the red LED Dragon Driver, and oh my God, I love this. I love this so much. I'm going to carry and use this. It was expensive. I'm going to tell you guys right now. This is a super basic version of this. But these are custom made in the United States. Plain tie and the basic clip. This is not the basic clip. This is the upgraded clip. But with the basic clip, they're $550. With this guy, they're $625 to $650, something like that. But he works with so many different materials. Obviously titanium, superconductor, zirconium, Timascus, Zircutai, all that stuff, various different colors of anodized titanium, and they're beautiful, beautiful. You get into that realm, much like pocket knives, it becomes less and less about function and more about craftsmanship and design, attention to detail, all of that. So that's why I bought it. Jade Gemini, M390, thanks for the donation. Make sure you guys subscribe to Jade. Jade's getting a long plug here because I can't talk. Jade Gemini, M390. Make sure you guys subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Vero on the way. Should I be excited? Because I am. Yes, you should be. I think Vero knives are great. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're all still playing beverage consumption games. That's great. Very healthy. That's way too much, is it? Elaborate. Oh, is it too much? Tell me. Please, tell me about it. Let's have a little chatteroo about it, Chris. Can't wait. Can't wait to hear. No, but I can smell you, buddy. Me? I smell pretty good. I wear is it Sauvage by what's his name from Edward Scissorhands and Pirates of the Caribbean. He's one of those really like cryptic, where he's like in the desert and he's burying a body and then he turns around and he's like, Sauvage. It's like, what does it smell like? I don't understand. And then I bought some. Let's see. That light is small, so must be small money. Am I right? Yeah, right. Johnny Depp. Yeah, I wear Johnny Depp's cologne with my khaki Crocs, khaki pants, khaki belt, khaki shirt, khaki hat. So there we go. Well, it exceeds the way too much line of demarcation. Oh, interesting. Do you see anything else on the table that matches that theme? Or are you just singling out the light? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I'm definitely not dragging you along intentionally, just to laugh about it. I'm definitely really interested to hear. And I definitely have never had this conversation before. I'd really like you to tell me exactly how valuation works and how it's relatable to utility and how we exactly get to that. Right. I really want to know, please, and thank you. Anyway. Let's see. Fakian Lang. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. 8 months. Feels like time warp. Thanks, MC. Cool, man. Thanks for being a member for 8 months. I appreciate that. Let's see. Have I gotten my mini Tempest yet? I don't know. I wish I could talk about that. Where is the new Direct Delta? It's in the box here. I'll get it out here in just 1 second. Sorry. Maglite big. Maglite expensive. Oklahoma small, so small price. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, bummer. It's always a bummer when there's an inside joke and everybody knows about it, except for like 1 or 2 people. Yeah, so if you don't know, when things are purchased on this channel, and honestly in this enthusiast community, there's a point where people are paying things far beyond the realm of utility. You're not necessarily paying for utility anymore. You're paying for, you're paying for craftsmanship. You're paying for exclusivity. You're paying for pride of ownership. You're paying for attention to detail, right? And in some cases, you are paying for the name. When you're talking about a small company that is a 1 to 2 man operation, costs are definitely going to be higher because they can't produce them in large quantities. And if it's going to be worth their time and they're going to make money off of it, you're going to pay more, right? So sometimes people like to jump in, spread the old flaps apart and spray bean dust all over everything as if they're the authority and the all-knowing, all-seeing intelligence on the subject. But the truth is we're all kind of just thumbing our nose. It's not, it's like, I've used this analogy before. Stand on train tracks with a wiffle bat and see what happens. Not going to change anything. Not likely anything's going to change there. Oh no! Don't argue. It's not going to do anything. You're in the wrong place for the if we're gonna if we're gonna start to create silly, ridiculous arguments. Well, I believe this. I believe here. Let me settle it. Buy whatever makes you happy. Nobody exists. It's like I only buy exactly what I need. No, because if you're in here right now, that means you have access to the internet. You have a device that gives you access to the internet, and you are spending your time, right, doing this, which is nothing. You're not gaining anything here, right? This is leisurely activity. So, I think any argument in that territory is kind of flat, right? Don't you tell me what to buy. I buy useless stuff every week. I buy what I think is, I buy things that I think are high quality, and I love it when it is mixed with a utilitarian design and materials that will function. But it's like, will I spend more money for something that, is unique and interesting and heavily polished, and there's attention to all these little enthusiast details? Well, sure, right? I mean, since the birth of the channel, and long before me, people like me have existed forever. It's just our mindset is going to proceed. MC for Galactic Senate 2024. Oh, I'm honored. I'd be happy. I would love to run. Did I buy the Mini Tempest? Yes, I did. Did I buy the KNP edition? Yes, I did. Aww. Of course I bought the ultra fancy one. Come on. I just joined and I have so many questions. What is a Shiro? A Shiro, welcome, by the way. A Shiro is a Shirogorov. And Shirogorov is known for being, it's largely known, the Shirogorov company is out of Russia, so these knives are made in Russia. They are known far and wide as probably the greatest production knife OEM. Like for example, the F3, which I actually think is probably the best pocket knife in existence, is, if it's a Shirogorov production knife, you can bet that it is truly flawless. Now, and I mean flawless, like little teeny tiny things. You can watch one of my Shirogorov reviews where I go into extreme detail about this, but anything that can be wrong with it, they have made sure is right. And on top of that, it feels outstanding. It feels very different than a $200 or $300 knife that, you know, is utilizing the same materials. What I was holding there was a $900 Shiro. This guy here is also a Shiro at $1,200. They have custom division Shiros that are, you know, $1,500 to what, $10,000, I'm sure. So there you go. Shirogorovs are very good. You won't hear too many people talking poo-poo town on Shirogorov, unless, you know, there are people who just don't understand the pricing, which is totally fair, right? But you're not going to talk to a lot of people who have handled and experienced real Shirogorov knives that are like, nah, they're not good. You're just not going to hear that. I like it when people say, I'm new and I have questions. That's the best. Like, please do that. I wish that I had the guts to do that when I was new. Because I definitely was new once and was definitely like, what the heck is everybody talking about? You know? Why is Gamora? Where is Excalibur, Arch Nemesis? She's right over here. Should we get her? Should we get her out? Wake up. Wake up, girl. Oh. There she is. King of the castle, king of the castle, yes. Oh, the Shirogorov, I'm sorry, Shirogorov. The Sharp by Design custom Arch Nemesis. God bless America. That is one beautiful knife. There we go. Look at that. Golly, that's nice looking. I'm very protective of that one. I'm very careful with that. I love that knife. Let's see. You thought the Arch Nemesis was Neves? No, that is mine. Maybe Neves has their own, but that one's mine. That was a gift from my wife. Oh, wait, are you making a joke? Like you thought Neves Knives was the arch nemesis of the channel? Why do people keep saying... I love Jared and Kara. I don't know. No. People keep trying to push this whole, like, fake feud. There's no feud. There's no competition. I like Jared and Kara. We're not competing. We're very friendly. Let's see. Do I think Medford's D2 is worth the price? I mean, it's CPM D2, and CPM D2 is a great steel. As far as the cost from Crucible, like CPM D2 is not a whole lot less expensive than CPM S35VN. It's a decent amount less expensive than S90V, but S90V is kind of a weird choice for the geometry that comes with Medford knives. Arguably, any blade composition is kind of a weird choice for Medford's general, you know, their dimensions. When I buy a Medford, I look for S90V, S35VN, and 3V. Your best user steels as far as just all the way around. I mean, if I'm going to be like, if I'm imagining like I'm going to use it in a swamp and then I'm going to jump to the desert and then I'm going to jump to the tundra and then I'm going to use it on the moon, probably S35VN, right? So I don't know. Like that's where my brain goes. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you're buying the knife to use it, then whatever. But if you're buying knives to, like, keep in your collection for a little bit and then just, like, turn them around, buy the S90V ones. Buy the stainless ones. If you're going to, like, hold on to a Medford for a bit and then you're going to turn it around and sell it down the road, buy the ones that are stainless so that you don't have to worry about them getting blemishes and stuff. What do you think of your new pen? I have the slim version. I love it. Where is it? It's right here, right behind my laptop. This is my... I doubt I will ever buy another pen. And if I do, it'll probably be another Tactile Turn. I love this. And it's, you know, USA made. Love it. A little turn bolt. It's got the Damascus bolt. Love the texturing. Love the size. I've written out a few weeks worth of content in, you know, with this pen. So very happy with it. Gets used a lot. And it doesn't, you know, it's one of those things that gets thrown around a lot. I don't really, and because of the texturing, if it does get marked up, there's no way you're going to see it. There's just no way. So, is there a secret to getting Hinderers? No. The best way is step number 1, subscribe to me because I will put it in my community tab if Hinderers drop. Step number 2, follow me on Instagram. No, I mean, do those things, but also follow Hinderer Knives on Instagram. Join the Hinderer Knives users and collectors group on Facebook, because when there's going to be a drop or when Hinderer drops things privately on his website, he usually lets people know there. Sign up for email notifications at as many retailers as you possibly can. I've got a few good ones right down in my description. You can just click on them and sign up for their notifications. Seriously though, Blade HQ, DLT Trading, especially GP Knives, River's Edge Cutlery, all those are down there. They all get a few Hinderer knives. So you're going to want, like, you know, 10 to 15 major retailers. You're going to want to be on their email list, and so that you can be notified immediately. If you notice that a certain model, a certain variant of Hinderer is dropping at one retailer, it's likely that it will make the rounds and the batch has been sent out and is going to drop at various retailers. For example, here, one of my patrons earlier today, I think, picked up a Hinderer XM24 because I noticed it had dropped on GP Knives, and I was doing my weekly Patreon exclusive content. And I said, look, there's an XM24 just sitting here. And, you know, apparently not enough people check GP Knives, but it was just sitting there. Jade, G10 scale, XM24 Bowie, just sitting there. And I'm almost certain one of my patrons picked it up after I made that video. So that's what you want to do. Flip the haptic. It's not a haptic. It's actually a Holt Morpheus, which I believe is a haptic with a drop point blade. Oh boy, that's a nice one. Yeah. Very falsetty. Very, very, very slicey. Look at that mirror polished edge. Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, some nice action on that for sure. Okay. Did I help some of you out with Hinderer stuff? That's how you do it. I'm giving you instructions that you guys have all been using to thwart me. I have not been able to buy a Hinderer knife for months because I keep telling people how to do it. And you guys all beat me, so I can't buy one. None of the retailers will let me buy one under the table, so I'm just sitting here, you know, all boohoo. I only have 6 of them. But yeah, I can't buy one. Let's see here. Hey, I appreciate 170 you guys just coming in here and hanging out and having a good time. Just decided I wasn't going to announce it and just do a laid back, kind of just fun live stream. We are swiftly approaching 80,000 subscribers. We're like 2,200 away or something like that. I'll be giving away some cool stuff at 80K. So if you're not subscribed, go check, make sure. Just real quick, just make sure you're subscribed because it helps me get to 80K. Also, if you want to join Knights of the Round, those are those folks in chat with the little helmets beside their names. You can gain access to the badging system, which ranks up over time. First blue, then green, then purple, then red, then gold, and ultimately platinum, which I think a few people are about to get. That's the 2-year badge. You also gain access to the exclusive Excalibur emojis, which a few people will be showing off in chat right now. It supports the channel. It's $2 a month, and you can find it in the description of this live stream right now. It's the very first link. The only reason I don't hit the like button is because it will pop up in my YouTube music feed, which I use to listen to YouTube music. You don't say. You use the YouTube music feed to listen to YouTube. I'm just kidding. That's okay. You don't have to. Let's see here. When do you think we'll see the first Hinderer and MagnaCut? Probably soon. Probably. Oh, God, I wish I could share with you guys. I'm going to give you a hint. I've been holding on to a video. I'm going to share with you 170 folks here, something I have not said out loud yet. I've been holding on to a secret video for like 3 months. No, for like 4 months. Yeah, it's a Hinderer video. And it's something nobody's seen. And I know that people are going to guess. It's the Hinderer Auto. It's not the Hinderer Auto. But I do know something. I have a video, and no one can see it yet. I've been holding on to it. I've been waiting for the green light. But it is going to be cool. And it is not the Hinderer Auto. And it is not something that you can find on the internet. There are only 2 of us on YouTube who have seen it or handled it. Pretty excited. Oh, look at all of you asking for hints. Nope, no more hints. Sorry, I can't. Not something I can release yet. Sinister Knife, welcome to Knights Around, Knights, Razor, Swords, all hail. Sinister Knife, enjoy the badges and Excalibur emojis, which you can see Knights are hailing you. You now have access, and now you can hail future Knights. No, it's not something you guys have ever seen before. It's not like a variant of something. It's not something you have ever seen. Exciting, yes, it's exciting. No part of me feels bad keeping secrets from all 170 of you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say anything. I've already given you way too many clues. I already gave you one clue. I can't. No. Patreon, listen, Blake, sorry. Patreon and Knights of the Round are different. Those are 2 different programs. Patreon, I have a whole separate community over there. We do our own thing. I do my own videos for Patreon. That's where I sell my knives. That's where I do separate giveaways over there. You can join, you guys, if you want to. I've got a $1 tier if you want to join and get in on all that. You gain access to all that stuff, but that's very separate from Knights of the Round. Knights of the Round is for the channel. So your badges show up on the channel, and your Excalibur emojis show up here, right? That's totally separate. So if you want to, you can cancel it and get refunded, and you can come here if you want. That's totally fine. Or you can do neither. Or you can do both. Some people do. It's up to you. Man, Henry, I could down 20 Gatorades and you wouldn't get it out of me. I just enjoy having a secret. I don't have all that much power. So I let the little that I have go to my head really easily. Captain Joe Fred, welcome to Knights Around. Knights, raise your swords for Captain Joe Fred. Enjoy the badges and Excalibur emojis. Very cool. Thank you very much. Superman. Thanks for the donation. Just got my 80 20.5, but in D2, not OS 10A. Yes or no? I think the better choice is the D2. Yeah. I think that's cool. It's still, a lot of money for D2, but again, the 80-20 itself and the shark luck kind of make up for that. So it is. Hey, it can't hurt, Henry. It can't hurt. Oh boy. What time is it? We'll go for another 10, 15 minutes or so. What we haven't done in a long time is the sort of like tail end of the live stream where I let you guys ask whatever question you want. It can be knife related, it can be non-knife related. I used to do that all the time where it was kind of a Q&A where it didn't necessarily have to be about knives. I'm a pretty open book. Obviously, I'm not offended by very much. I don't want to get demonetized, but if you guys have questions, whether they're serious or not, I'm happy to answer them. So ask away. This is pickle time, Blame Dexter. Technically, it's the exact same thing. In fact, I used to say this is just pickle time. The last time I said that was like a year ago. So there you go. How's the weather there? It finally got up to 40 today. It's been like -2 or -10 for the last couple of days. So it got up to 40 degrees this afternoon. So I wore shorts. Let's see here. Are you over the Kentucky loss? Don't you dare. How dare you? How dare you? I know I just made it sound like there were no bad questions. That was a terrible question. How dare you? How dare you bring that back up? My intestines are still bleeding over it. Yes. I, as a massive KU basketball fan, there is no other team that I feel such pure hatred for than Kentucky. We are gaining on you in overall wins, by the way. If you live in Kentucky, we are gaining on you, and we will catch you. We will catch you. The Jayhawks are coming. Don't pretend it's not real. It's coming. The Jayhawks are coming. We're going to pass you in overall wins. We are. You're going to have to deal with it, Kentucky. Darn it. Do I still have the secret Hinderer? No, I did have to send it back, but I do have a video. Blake says, I'm sorry, this was such a trick. I'm sure Blake was like, oh my God, what is wrong with this guy? I'm still burned about the Chiefs, right? And you attack my Jayhawks too? Get out of here. Get out of here, guys. Come at me with it. Crazy. I can't believe we lost to the Bengals. My God. What happened, Mahomes? What happened? What happened to you? It's like he just became an old senile man. Just suddenly, I was like, what? What happened to Mahomes from the first half? And why did they stop running the ball? I don't understand. God. Practical Minimalist, get out. Get out. Get out of my live stream. Oh, get out. Oh, man. Let's see. Would you rather have knives for hands or hands for knives? Oh, I mean, I guess if I'd rather have hands for knives. I don't want my hands to turn into knives. Like I want to eat my food with my hands. Can you imagine eating a cheeseburger as Edward Scissorhands? That'd just be terrible. A good investment knife. I mean, pretty much anything that's hard to get, right? Hinderers, Demcos, Spyderco sprint runs, right? Ultra high demand customs, right? If there's a lottery to be able to buy something, it's probably a good investment knife. But that's the thing. If you're gonna go that route, you're gonna be working against everybody else who's trying all the enthusiast stuff, all the stuff that's really hard to get. My whole collection is based mostly around stuff that's really hard to get, and it's taken a long time. Even as a YouTuber, it's taken a long time to build it. Let's see here. Any Chinese makers better than Tucson? And then he says, nope. Yeah, Riyadh? I don't think Riyadh knows who Tucson is. I mean, like, people like Tucson not because of their overall quality. It's more so for the perceived value, right? Tucson had a bit of an issue with heat treatment for a little bit. They may have gotten better. They have some interesting designs. In a lot of ways, like, their value is really impressive. But when you want to talk manufacturing quality, Riyadh by a long shot. It's like comparing a V6 Mustang to a Ferrari. Like, yeah, it's Mustang looks cool. Now, okay, it's like comparing a Cobra Mustang to a Ferrari. Like, the Cobra Mustang is definitely cool, but it's not a Ferrari. Like, let's pump the brakes here. Is that enough car? That's enough car stuff? Okay. Don't feel bad, MC. As a Saints fan, I had to get my paper bag out to put over my face. Oh, man, how do you listen? Do you remember? Like, most people don't remember. The Chiefs were just bad forever. That's why nobody remembers. Like, for the longest time, the Chiefs were just nothing. Like, it was like, oh, the Chiefs are playing. You want to watch? And like, people in Kansas would be like, okay. And we'd watch, and they'd lose. And it was like that forever. And then all of a sudden, they just were really good. And we were like, wow. Because the Royals, like the Kansas Jayhawks, have always been good. So we always had the Jayhawks. And then all of a sudden, the Royals were good. And then the Chiefs were good. All at the same time. And we were like, wow, we matter in Kansas. Everything that we love, baseball, football, basketball, we're good at everything right now. It's so great. So let's see here. When is the final Knife Mod video happening? It's happening tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we had some amazing, the top 5, the finalists were all incredible and well-deserved. Excuse me. It took a while to tally up the votes, though, for the first 3 videos because I didn't give people the right instructions. Practical Minimalist is really just digging that sliver under my fingernails. You get out of here. You get out of here, okay? God dang it. Oh, man. What was my first car? So technically, my first car was a 1990 Cutlass, an Oldsmobile. It was white with blue cloth. It was my grandma's car. And my dad had convinced me that was going to be my first car. And he was like, isn't this great? Like, it's already paid for. It's your grandma's car. Like, it's great. You don't even... And I was like, wow. Thanks, Dad. Like, I didn't want to be ungrateful, right? So technically, that was my first car. But I wasn't old enough to drive it yet. When I was old enough to drive, my dad surprised me with a regular cab Chevy Silverado 350 V8. It was black. It had dual exhaust. It had the cool chrome wheels, and it was way cooler. So my first vehicle actually was a 1994 Chevy Silverado. 3/4 ton, weird enough, but it was a regular cab, 3/4 ton Chevy Silverado. All black. And I loved that thing very much. I was very happy to not have to drive the 1990 Oldsmobile Cutlass. My dad he's a trickster, old khaki dad. Yeah. And then I had a 1996 GT Mustang convertible that was also black, and I blew the transmission on that, so I had to drive my little sister's old car for a long time. It was a 2003 Champagne Bonneville SE. Talk about khaki on khaki. It was champagne with brown leather seats, like khaki leather seats. And then that's when I met my wife. So at the time, she had a Hyundai Sonata. So we had the, hold on, let me think. We had the why did I just lose it? The Pontiac Bonneville, and we had the Hyundai. I took the Hyundai, and we got a RAV4. We drove a bright electric blue RAV4, which I loved. It was all-wheel drive. And then we turned that in and kept the Sonata, and we bought a 2018 RT Durango, which we still have, and it has the SRT body and it's got leather in it. I love that thing. 375 horsepower. I love that thing. And then I got rid of the Sonata, and I bought my Warlock. So my wife and I both drive, I drive a Ram, she drives a Dodge, with the dark gray and the black theme. Like her Durango is a full RT and has the black wheels and black leather, and then my Warlock is all gray, dark gray, with the black accents, black wheels, and everything like that. So that's my full vehicle history. And my brother got me 5-inch tips for the Warlock, and we have, I think, are they Flowmaster 40s? Is what I think it's Flowmaster 40 is my exhaust. It sounds great. I love it. Pro 40 Flowmaster, is that a thing? Am I saying that right? Flowmaster 40 series, I think is what I have. The Warlock is a 2019 classic body. And it just went over 10,000 miles. That was my first brand new vehicle purchase ever. It's sitting at like 10,500 right now. I've also been trying to join like an idiot, not realizing it can't be done on the app. Thought it was crazy. Hey, let's get all these out before I sign off tonight, right? So for people who are wanting to know, QSP Osprey. And Blake M, there he is. Welcome, Knights Around Knights, Razor Swords for Blake M. Enjoy the badges and Excalibur emojis. Thank you very much for the support. All hail, Blake M. We have the QSP Osprey, which is in 14C28N and is $50. You can get it at Blade HQ right now. We have the Oxworks Osprey EDX, which is made by Ria, much more expensive, M390 carbon fiber and titanium. Very cool knife, though. Sorry, I had my finger on the lock bar. We have the USN Gathering 12 edition of the Protech. God, that thing fires hard. The Protech Invictus, beautiful knife. We have the Vero Engineering Isotope. This is a special edition in Damascus. We have the Hinderer Eclipse. This is is it the Southern Edges exclusive Bowie Eclipse? This is a textured titanium scale for the Eclipse. We have the Microtech Ultratech 2, which is basically just an extra texturing. We have the new Reich-made Microtech SOCOM Bravo, which I very much like. Very much. We have what I consider to be probably the best pocket knife design in existence. That's the Shirogorov F3 NS, upgraded carbon plate. We have the Urban EDC Supply F5.5 in the titanium with Segai pattern. Very nice. Love this one. We have a Direware S96. I don't know what the blade steel is. I keep forgetting. We have the CKF and Tony Marfione Sakosha, which is an interesting collaboration. Wonderful knife. We have the Holt Morpheus. We have the Real Steel Lynx, which is the sleeper. This is the one in the thumbnail. Very, very impressive knife. The Shirogorov Quantum Gen 2. We have the Kyle's, which is torturing me right now. CKF and Philippe Georget 520 liner lock edition with the Zircuti bolsters. This is the one I ordered, and it was supposed to be in today, and it's not, so I'm salty about it. We have the lottery at 1 of 9 Bacon Damascus Vero Synapse XL. And of course, the Reaver Arms Citadel with the red Dragon Driver, my new custom flashlight, which has been an absolute joy. Guys, this was another fun live stream. I hope you all had fun. Thank you very much for joining. We almost have the exact number of likes as there are people in the room, which almost never happens. I hope you all had fun. Let's see. Oh, Gabriel 777 is trolling. Oh, let's feed him. That's fine. I'll hang out to feed him. Gabriel 777 says that's definitely a Shiro clone, and then he also says that's a Tucson clone. So the claim is that one of the Shiros is a clone that is made by Tucson. And now the red light comes on. I'm gonna humor him. It's fine. Tell us more. Tell me more. I want to hear from you, Gabriel 777. I'm giving you the spotlight. I'm giving you what you want. Tell me more. I'm listening. You can say anything you want right now. Everybody's listening. Guys, quiet. Quiet. The mattress wizard speaks. We must listen to the wisdom of Gabriel 777. Nope, come on. You just said you made some heavy claims. Come on now. Come on, don't be shy, Gaby boy. Come on. Come on now. You tell me. I want to hear what you think about all this. Tell me about which one of the Shirogorovs is a clone? Is it this one or is it this one? Come on, tell me. Nobody ever expects me to single them out. Come on. Can you smell that bacon sizzling right now? Come on. Third from the left, top row, looks exactly like a Tucson 303. 1, 2, 3. So for all of you, for all of you in here who have existed in the knife world far longer than Gabriel, which I'm going to guess is most of you, which company do you think came first, Tucson or Shirogorov? Which came first? It says the Quantum is a clone of something from Tucson. I'll let the go left one right here. So the CKF, so Custom Knife Factory, also. So there was claims about the Shirogorov and the CKF. So I'll let my chat talk. Bring that up. First knife on the top left, right here, Vero. First knife on the top left, right? Tucson was around before the moon was made. No. So, looks like a Tucson TS303. So, Gabriel, no offense, it's okay to ask questions, but you're falling under the same sort of confused fog that a lot of people do. Tucson is not usually the original design. Tucson usually follows in the shadows of well-established designers who have been around for a long time. Tucson is a Chinese OEM that's very good with their quality, but oftentimes their designs, like they'll collaborate with some original designers, but oftentimes their designs are influenced by some of the more established designers and more established OEMs. So it's kind of like when people say full custom knives look like gas station knives. What's funny about that is that gas station knives often replicate the look that comes along with a really expensive custom knife. Tucson is a great OEM, but what you're comparing them to are well-established companies whose designs are original and usually are copied. They're usually not copying anybody. Tucson is kind of known for, it's not a direct copy, but we can see where the influence is coming from. And they also pump out a new design like every, 14 and a half seconds. But it's okay. I mean, this was an opportunity. This was a learning opportunity. Yeah. Right. Oh, did he leave? No, I thought he was still here. You can still talk, Gabe. It's okay. If you don't agree with me, you just tell me right now. You just say metal complex. I think you're a poo-poo head. You have poo in your brains, right? Your brains are made of coleslaw and poop. You tell me that, right? You let me know. It's all right. Yeah, right, exactly. It's okay. You didn't know which was made first, so you just said that looks like a clone of this, right? But that's the problem. It's actually talked about in the knife guy episode. We have so many new people in the knife world that they're not able to distinguish between. They don't know. The word clone is so misconstrued now because original designers who have been around for a really long time, new people don't know that. So they get drawn in by Tucson, or wow, really cool. I can get this really cool knife for not a lot of money. They get drawn in by that company, and then they see a knife that looks similar, and they go, that's obviously a ripoff of a Tucson, which is ironic because Tucson came much later, and they were like, hey, people like how this stuff looks. We can make that for less money and pump it out, right? So, yeah, usually, and I'm not saying like Tucson doesn't actually make clones. They make, a lot of their designs are derivative, right? Definitely. They're like, oh, this is influenced by this. But they're a Chinese OEM who makes pretty good knives, but they're nowhere near the same level of quality as an actual Shirogorov or even a CKF or a Vero, to be, if I'm being honest, right? Closest to Vero, but still, Tucson's not quite there. They make some cool knives, but and they're definitely influenced by the greats, and the greats are, like Shirogorov that's a great. And that's who, companies like Tucson will borrow elements from Shirogorov. So there you go. Now you have some new. The Quantum is a basic knife shape? I'm gonna disagree with you on that. The Quantum is very much not. Anything that looks similar, I would say, is nearly a direct copy, has drawn direct influence from it. The Quantum is a super unique. I have an original Quantum right here. And the Quantum is very much its own thing. Absolutely. So before you yell clone, be careful. Especially in here, because I will call you out on it. I will make you answer for your crimes. Clones do exist. So clones don't exist. Only knockoffs that have the same branding. Thanks. No, you're misunderstanding. So clones would be like if somebody is making exactly this. They're making exactly this. They're not trying to hide or change any element. They're making exactly this, right? And they're selling it as a Shirogorov, but it's not a real Shirogorov. It's being created by some Chinese OEM, usually, and made with lesser materials, with lesser attention to details, lesser, in terms of tolerance, it's all lesser, right? They cut corners and make it in China so that they can bring the cost down. And then they sell it as the real thing. That's a clone. There are certainly knives that borrow elements, right? That's absolutely the case. I mean, that's everywhere in the knife world. But Tucson is a Chinese OEM that probably did a lot of stuff for a long time, but only became like wow, they exist like within the last, 5 years or so. And people were like, wow, okay, cool. So then they got some more funding and they pump out like a new design every, like I said, 14 and a half seconds. Some of them are absolute trash and some of them are like, yeah, that's okay. And they have pretty good quality, right? I mean, if you're going to spend $150 to $250, well, there's some Tucsons out there that are pretty good. But as far as like total originality, no. Tucson is not making much they can say like, hey, we're Tucson and here's our flagship model. No, absolutely not. But there's a whole community backing Tucson, and it largely consists of, there's some people in there who've been around for a long time. But Tucson, like the vast majority of the Tucson fan base, I think largely consists of people who are fairly new to the knife world, and there's nothing wrong with that. I understand the appeal to it, but yeah, no, there's MC's a poo-poo head. Yeah, I appreciate you paying me for that. Oh, sorry. I thought he was having an actual conversation, but I keep seeing all the emojis. Now I feel like he's actually getting salty. I've never seen a clone then by what? By that definition, only knockoffs. Yeah. I think you're confused on I think you're confused on everything. I think you're confused on who Tucson is, how long they've been around. I think you're confused on who Shirogorov is, what clones are, what knockoffs are. I think you're confused on knives that draw inspiration from. I think you're confused on all of it. And that's okay, because the knife world is a confusing place. Oh, they do. Tucson does have original designs, but it's like, when we think of the F3, like this is a Shirogorov, unmistakably a Shirogorov. Whatever Tucson's original designs are, I'm sure they're original. There's just, and they work with, they collaborate with some interesting, like very interesting knife designers, right? But like, can you think of like the flagship Tucson? Is there like a distinct, no, because all their stuff is so, it's either like weird, like totally out of this world fantasy, like, it's weird. Or it's just like really, kind of like whatever the trend is, whatever the meta is, that's where Tucson is, right? They don't have a standout flagship model. Shirogorov is the F3 and the F95. Benchmade has the Bug Out. Spyderco has the PM2. Zero Tolerance has the 0562. Like, those are like, we know what those are. Tucson, you're like, they have like somewhere between 120 and 12,000 models that are all, some sort of smashed together titanium and M390, but that's about it. What is a flagship Tucson knife? Exactly. The TS223 doesn't sound like it. It just sounds like 2 letters and 3 numbers. I don't have a problem. Like Tucson knives in general, I don't have a problem with at all. I'm just saying, like, there's so many people that claim like that's a copy of the Tucson blah blah blah, and it's like, no, you've got that backwards. Tucson follows, they don't lead. I think I should have just said that initially. I've spent an extra 20 minutes explaining that Tucson does not lead, Tucson follows, and it's fine. It works for them, but that's what's happening. The real steel knife, the name of it is the Lynx. I can't. I actually haven't been looking. Sorry, I'm just now looking at the chat and realizing we've been on separate tracks for a while. He did, yeah. Gabriel extended it. Sometimes I see a certain comment, I'm like, no, I'm gonna engage. I have to, right? Because if I can get that information, right, it's not what I just told you guys is not opinion. So, like, if someone says, that Shirogorov is a clone of a Tucson, that's factually untrue. It's not an opinion. It's factually untrue. Shirogorov has been around for way longer, and their models are very distinct. So if it looks like a Tucson, Tucson followed. That's factually true. Have to make sure that that's right, because there's a lot of new people. I don't want people getting confused. Oh, thanks for no donation. I want to sell my ZT0562 for an XM18. You will get roughly 1/6 the funds for your XM18. But, that's why I always say go for the 0562. But if you do, it's a gateway because you're going to want the XM18. And right now, the XM18 is pretty much only accessible, not 1/6. I'd say, I'm sorry. Let's say you get $200, right? So you need about $600 right now for an XM18. That's one third, right? Maybe something around there. Thanks for the donation, though. Speaking of questionable imitations, yeah, the new Cold Steel Shark Lock. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Okay, I gotta go. It's time. I would actually like to sit here for another hour, but I have to help with my kids to bed. Guys, this has been wonderful. I actually really enjoyed the debate or the talk there at the end. I really enjoy that, even though I kind of just shouted really loudly. But I do enjoy stuff like that. It's fun for me to talk about that. So I'm glad that got brought up. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. I hope you did enjoy tonight's live stream. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Saturday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.